Hey, what's up guys? I'm Joe and this is... Oh, she ain't here. Why is she not here? It's because today's video is a little bit different. It's not about having fun, or it could be a little bit of fun. It's about a little bit of learning. We have the rear bulkhead here. We're going to take it apart and take a look at the differential, perform a little bit of maintenance on it, and yeah, hopefully learn something. Okay, so first things first, you're going to need a few tools. So you're going to need, I believe, at least a 2mm and a here's the 2mm hex and a 1.5mm, which is currently in this electric screwdriver. Also, you're going to want some grease. This is just from Racing. Some red grease, some differential oil. This is 100k weight oil that I'm using. I'm going to be using both in the front and rear differential of the TRAXXAS MAXX. Then you're going to want some green slime, not necessary, but it's for the for some of the O-rings. And I've got this little thing also from Racing to help with the cleaning process, as well as some brake cleaner. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to, of course, want to take the rear bulkhead out of the car. Now, the way you do it is, well, to be honest, the way I did it was just undo a whole lot of screws until the piece falls out. Okay, that's how I did it, alright? This is my first time, but it worked out fine, you know. All my pieces are tidily put around here, or around the TV cabinet. Don't have a whole lot of room, but yeah, that's what I did. Eventually got it out, and then there's going to be 8 screws in the rear bulkhead. You got 2 here, 4 there, another 2 at the back. So I've already gone ahead and undone those, and then you want to lift this piece up. If it wants to come up, there we go. And there we have the center differential and the rear differential. Now keep in mind, the rear differential is exactly the same as what's in the front differential. Now there's one thing I noticed when I undid this. Can you see what is missing from this picture? I was quite in shock, to be honest. This is the first time I ever took apart the bulkhead. First ever time. And you'll notice that on this side, we have a bearing, where it should be, right here. But then on this side, what's going on? What's going on? There's no bearing. Unbelievable. I don't know where on earth it is. I brought this brand new from the shop. It was still in it. I mean, you can go back to my earlier video, the unboxing. I've done nothing. And it's impossible for it to come off, because I noticed that there was some vibration in the rear left wheel. It was a little bit wobbly, and that's because there's no bearing here, and that was causing this to move around in its casing. You know, the only thing I can think of, the only way this could, because this here, you know, is sitting in here, and then this is rotating the wheel. So the only way that bearing could have came off is if it cracked. You know, as if the bearing had cracked on, you know, in 2 places, causing the whole entire bearing to break off. That is the only way it could have came off, unless there was never a bearing on there from the factory. So I don't know. I'm not completely sure, but I'm going to have to go into the shop tomorrow to get a new bearing for this. So in the meantime, to complete the build, I'm going to use, remember I said that the front differential is the exact same as the rear differential. So I'm going to take the bearing from the front differential and I'm going to throw it on the rear so I can complete the rear build, because I'm still waiting on a part for my front differential. Remember, I have that large crack in the front there. Don't know if you can see it there, quite large there. So I'm still waiting for the new part to arrive from Amazon. So I'll take the bearing from there and I'll put it on here. Of course, before we do anything else, we're going to go ahead and put on some gloves to protect us from the coronavirus. Speaking of the coronavirus, we are in Hong Kong, and there is a population of about 7.5 million people. So if there's only 15 infected, or 20, or whatever it is, out of 8 million, I mean, come on. Just need to calm down. Anyway, so let's take this apart. We're going to start with the maintenance. So first off, go ahead and you can pull your differentials out. So there we have the rear differential. You can see it's quite mucky, quite dirty, and there should be 2 bearings on here. There's only the 1 bearing, so I'm going to go ahead and take that 1 bearing off. Then I'm going to go ahead and take these 4 screws out to take apart the differential. Okay, this is the first ever time pulling this apart. Okay, so you can see it is filled with a bit of liquid in there, a bit of oil I should say, which I'm going to fill up more very shortly. Okay, now I don't know the names for all these gears, so we're just going to call them gears. We might refer to them as big gears and small gears, okay? Alright, so now to get this piece, we're just playing by ear. This is the first time I've ever done this, guys, so you know, we're just playing. There we go, so you push that, it's going to cause that to pop out like so. Now there is an O-ring there, which I'm going to place on the paper towel. Might keep those parts just up here. Get off, get off. There we go. So there's our first O-ring. There should be 2 in total. The rest of this is going to go in for the clean. So there's a little pin in there, as well as the gear. We might just keep that together for now. Put it over here. That's going to be for the clean. Now, see that? So, gasket should be in perfect condition, as this is only brand new. And another thing, guys, it's not necessary for me to do this maintenance, okay? I just got the thing. It's not necessary, but, you know, the fact that I had to pull the car apart because the bulkhead broken, I thought, you know what, might as well, for my first time, break it apart, see what's inside, and perform a bit of maintenance, even though it's not actually required. Alright, so I want to get my pliers here to help pull these pieces out. There's 1. There's 2. Okay. I'll pop this out. Should be an O-ring on this too, which there is. I'll go ahead and see the O-ring on there. I'm going to take that off and chuck it up here because we don't want to put these in the cleaner. It's going to damage them. And this piece, very similar to this one. In fact, it might even be the same. Might even be the same. Alrighty, so that was from that piece. And then we have the cup, which is full of oil. So to do the cleaning for this, I'm just going to use a paper towel. Just a paper towel, because this is plastic, so I'm not going to chuck this in the cleaner. Just going to use a paper towel to wipe the inside. If there's a little bit of grease left over, that's fine. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Well, so I read anyway. So we still want a little bit of grease in there. I mean, I don't see why not, right? But there wasn't a whole lot. I mean, there was quite a, I mean, you know, I'm no technician, I'm no engineer. So, I mean, it might be perfectly fine and acceptable. But from what I've been reading online and seeing, it didn't look like a whole lot. I mean, it looked like the typical amount that it comes with. So, I mean, you guys put in the comments below if you know what you guys think. This is my first time, remember? So, any advice, any tips, tricks, anything at all, just put it in the comments. You know, I'm learning. I need to be critiqued to get better. Okay. Got a little rubbish bin over there. We're going to take cotton bud as well to help get in the little nooks and crannies even better. I mean, I don't, this is probably completely unnecessary, but why not? Why not? Let's get in there. I hope this is showing up well on camera. Yeah, it's night time here in Hong Kong. It's completely dark outside. I'm in my living room, an apartment, and the lighting is good enough, but I don't have a workshop. You know, this is my workshop. I am currently working on the coffee table. Okay, for now that will do. Now, we're going to go ahead and put these parts in this little thing and shake it up. The spillage going on. And they're bathing, soaking in there. I go ahead and put the lid on. Shake. Problem with this is not big enough for this, so that's right, we'll have to put that in a cup or something. Right, we're going to leave that for, I don't know, 10 or so minutes, and we'll come back. Okay, we are back. So I just sprayed this in the sink and then dried it off. So, I mean, semi-dry. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at these pieces. I will take them out one by one with this. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and check them up here. It's bubbling, man. What does that mean? It's bubbling. It's like a bubble bath in here. Another one. Another one. And oh, completely forgot. We have that seal. Now, will that matter? Will that matter? If that was in brake cleaner, comment down below. Okay. So we'll finish with this for now. So I'm just going to go ahead and chuck it over to the side. Now I'm just going to dry down these parts, so you don't really see me do that. Okay, so I have dried these pieces down and left them for, I don't know, 10-15 minutes just to completely dry off. And I just gave these O-rings and gasket a bit of a wipe with the dry paper towel. Now we're going to put it all back together. So let's see. Let's begin with the cup. And first time, man. Right, I'm just gonna take it nice and slow, nice and easy. Not gonna rush. Okay, I didn't pull these apart, but they're quite simple to. We got the pin there. Goes in like that. Okay, the pin does come out. Just a little bit of something in there, so I'm just going to get the earbud and get it in there. Clean it out. Just like that. Alrighty. Okay. Alright, so not completely dry. Still a little bit of grease in there, which is absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Alrighty, so how do we do this? I believe the first thing we're going to do, go ahead and put the seal on. I'm going to make sure I get the same way as last time. If you look closely, you see the indent of where the pins were, and that's what you want to have facing. You know, just keep it all the same, like so. So it slips on like that, and then, actually, you know what? I think you can just go ahead and put that straight down there. I'm just going to get this here. That's that. Still a little bit of grease down here, help stick it down. No stress. No stress. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and get the green slime. And see this. I need to open this up. It seems. Perhaps I just use this and cut it. There we go. Yes, seems like it's working. Alright, so I'm going to take my O-ring, put a little bit of green slime on it. Oh, need to cut more of it off. I'm learning, man, come on. Calm down. No, yeah, I need to take quite a... Come on, let's get out of there. These are cheap little pliers I got, man. They ain't sharp. Alright. Okay, the hole is big enough. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little dab. Oh, that should be enough. And we're just gonna go ahead and rub that in there, just like that. Nice and lubricated. This is helped with waterproofing and sealing, I believe. Green slime. Okay, so that is lubed up. You know what? I'm gonna put another dab on there, just to be sure. Just to be sure. Don't. I completely missed that. Alright. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and put that on the end of this. Like so. And we're going to pop that straight in. Like that. Oh, is he going to find the hole? Is he going to find the hole? He finds the hole. You know what? Do you know what? I might just put a dab of oil. Just a dab of oil. Because, you know, it's all moving parts. It's all moving parts, and a little bit of dab, a little bit of oil can't hurt it, right? I mean, surely it can't. I have my kitchen knife that I have that I butter my toast with, and I also, fun fact, also lubricate the inside of my differential with it as well. I'm just gonna smother it just a little bit in there. Just make a little bit of a mess, just a little bit. Not a big deal. It's not a big deal, guys. Come on. Gee, this stuff is slimy or sticky. It's almost like glucose. You know, I'll tell you a funny story. I went to a dress-up party, and me and my good buddy Chris Broadbent went as pilots. They were in a plane crash, so we had ripped up our shirts and everything, and we also put a whole lot of glucose with red dye all over our body, our arms, our tops, face, everything. Wow, I don't recommend that, because the next morning I was stuck to the bed, completely stuck to the bed. And every group photo, every photo I took with people, their dresses or their tops, their shirts, their suits, all had this red dye. Ruined them, ruined it all. It wasn't that popular. Alright, now come on, get it in the hole. Oh, also, Chris and I buggered his car because we sat in the back seat for this red dye on us. What a smart move. Okay. Right, that is in. It's in place. It's all lubed up. It's looking good. We're just going to double check that O-ring. Ooh. That O-ring is slotted into place just nicely. You can see it just there. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put that back on. And you can check that if you want. I saw a guy in a video do that. I was like, yeah, I might as well do that too. Alright, now next step is these little, I don't know what, these little gears, the little gears. And you'll see they taper, and you want that both to be looking like this. Alright, don't have it the other way around, because it ain't gonna work. You also notice, look carefully, see if I can get it there. See that little gap there? The same goes on this one. There's a little gap, and they should slot into one another to make a nice X. So let me just take care. Look at that. So it's nice and flush. They just slot it into place. Alright, so we're going to make this nice little X. Come on, get back there. What are you doing? Oh, this is fiddly. This is fiddly, guys. Okay, come on. There we go. Right, and then we're going to just go ahead and gently, ever so gently. Oop. Yep, and everything just came apart. What a disaster. Okay, we're going to try this another way. Is there another way? I don't know. I really don't know. It's all falling. It's all falling out of place. We're going to try this way. We're going to put them in one by one. We're going to see how this works. Alright, so I've got it all lined up. Across. Did it line up? It did. You beauty. You beauty. It is in there nicely. Okay, I'm just going to rotate it to make sure. Yes, everything's spinning. So you want to rotate that. Push down in the center and just make sure it's all spinning. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and put some of this 100K differential oil into the cup. So I'm going to take my, do I take my gloves off? I should be okay. Now I don't know how this is going to come out, so we're just going to trial and error, guys, trial and error. I'm going to just tip it in there like that. Let's see how we do it. Just like that, guys. It's a nice blob. There we go. Don't be shy. Yes, that's okay. Ooh. It's a big blob. Okay. We're losing it. Alright, we're losing it. Oh, it's going everywhere. What a disaster. That's okay. Okay, now that is overflowing, man. So we're gonna let that settle. We're gonna see how it looks. Make sure your gloves are clean if you're gonna put your finger in there. You probably don't want to put your finger in there, I'm guessing. I'm just guessing here. That's the purpose. We remove the other oil because, you know, there's probably little contaminants in there. So we're letting this sink. Just letting it take its time. And you know what I'm gonna do? To help speed up the process, I'm just gonna slowly wind this. Come on. Is it winding? It's not winding. There we go. Just ever so slowly. To get that oil. To get that oil all through those gears. Yeah, that's right. Just like that. Taking our time. We don't want bubbles. Because I can see bubbles, you see that? I don't know if you can see that. But as I rotate it, you can see the bubbles. So we're just going to let that sit for a bit. There's a lot of bubbles. See, when you rotate the gears, they turn around, you see all the captured air under there. And you don't want bubbles. I think it's more important than the shocks. But, yeah. I mean, look, you see the bubbles coming out. Slowly but surely, they're going to pop. So I'm just gonna give it 5 or 10 minutes to sit there. See if I can. Just like that. Just like that. Just gonna leave it there for 5 or 10 minutes, right? I'll come back. Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes. Seems most of the bubbles are out. I might have overflowed it a little bit. I might have put too much in there. I did have to get like a little toothpick in there, and a little bit of oil went in the hole for the screw. And I don't think that's a good idea. All right, so let's move on to our larger gear and put this back together. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the gasket back on there. Let's just check if it can go any way. It seems so. Alrighty. Then I'm gonna get my other O-ring and put some green slime. Just like that. Oh, come on, stay there. Stay there, buddy. Stay right there. I'm just gonna rub that in there. Get nice and lubricated. Okay. Then I'm gonna go ahead and put that O-ring on the gear itself. Let's push it in like that. It is in there. A little bit more can't hurt it, right? Just a little bit more in there. I hope my hand's not in the way. I apologize if it does. This is my first video of this sort. Normally I'm out having fun, doing flips and then breaking the thing. Okay. Now, we need to, let me just think, just give me a moment here. Just do note that there is a lip on these, on both of them. The one that's in there right now, you see that lip? So if I was to push this across, it's going to get stuck there. You want to make sure you still got that lip. It's about 1.5 millimeters, or maybe 2 millimeters, 1.5 to 2 millimeters. Alrighty, now we are going to, let me just think for a moment. Just taking my time. Just taking my time. Thinking, alright, okay, everything's moving. All these moving parts lubricated. Okay, now do we want to put a little bit of oil behind there? That is the question. You know what? Might put a little. There's so much oil in there, it's probably going to overflow anyway. So probably okay to just go ahead and do that. Like so. It is rubbing there, so I do feel like it needs a little bit of oil on this part here. So we're gonna just, I have a little bit left on this knife, my butter knife. Just see if we can tap a little bit of that on there. Let's get a little bit out of here. Metal on metal, when it's rotating around at high velocity, you want to have some kind of oil in between those moving parts. So I think it would be a good idea to put a little bit of that on the inside. Someone may say otherwise, so just tell me in the comments, you know. Like I said, I'm learning, man. Yeah, it's probably better. Alrighty, now we need to put this back together. Alright, so let's go ahead, line that up. And oil has come through the holes. So I may have put a little bit too much oil in there, but hey, that's okay. We're learning. Huh? Hello?
How much first?
Yep, just put it on the bench. Put that on the bench. We're just making sure we get all the oil out of those holes. We don't really want oil where we're putting screws. I just don't think that's a good idea, you know? I mean, yeah, I was getting that all out of there as best we can anyway. We're learning. It is a learning process, guys. Right, paper towel to wipe it down before I put the screws in. This is fun. See, RC, always been into it since I was a kid. Stopped for quite a while. I'm getting back into it, you know. I mean, Hong Kong. Got to find some hobbies. This is a good hobby. It's good fun. And it's not only about the driving of it. It's also about this kind of stuff, you know. It's chilling out. It's like you like Lego, right? If you like Lego when you're a kid, it's kind of like Lego, putting things together. You know, maintenance, cleaning, learning. I mean, I'm learning. I knew what a differential was, but you know, I didn't know completely how it all worked, and I didn't know about the different weights of oil, and I'm learning. But you know what? I'm gonna put a little bit of Loctite on there. I know it's going into plastic, but I did watch a fella who reckoned that was okay. So we're gonna, seeing as I did, see this is our thread lock. I'm just gonna put a little dab. Just a little dab. Seeing as we did put a little bit of oil in there, so we might just put a little bit on there. Just being very careful with the amount I'm putting in there. Just being very careful. Just a little tiny little dab. Oh, that was quite a bit. They might be locked up forever. Let's see if I can do a better job here. Just a little bit. Come on. Don't be shy. That's enough. There's enough there. Sorry if I'm in the way. There we go. Right, now we're going to screw this all back together. I want to evenly do this, you know. I go backwards until I feel it drop in. And then I'm going to go ahead and... So it's just... Oh. There we go, dropped in. So. Just going around. One by one, just get it in there, and then I'll get a... Okay, get a good angle. Right, then I'm just going to do those up nice and tight. Initial part with the electric, and the last bit by hand. Should always do that when going into plastic. It's nice and tight. You know, you want to do some of it. You want to do them go around and get to a point where they're tight, and go back over them and back over them. Yeah, you probably learned that as a kid. It's a bit of overflow on that one. I do apologise for the camera angle. I currently have my phone plugged into a charger, so there's only a certain angle I can really get it. Right. Now maybe the Loctite, or the thread lock, will counteract that oil that's stuck in there. Who knows? Okay, I don't want to get too much time on that one. That one. It's tight. Alright, those are really tight and good. Just got a bit of a wipe, a bit of thread lock, Loctite, whatever you want to call it, and excess oil off the differential. And there we have it, guys. A complete differential. First time. That was fun. Now all I'm going to do now, I'm not going to do this one. This is the center diff. It's got heavier weight oil. I don't have that, and there's no need to change it. You know, there wasn't even need to really change this. It was just for a bit of fun, bit of learning. So I'm going to pretty much leave this alone. I'll pull this out. I'll give this a bit of wipe down. You can see there's a bit of dirt that's gotten in there because there was a missing bearing. Don't know how that happened. Probably just snapped off. I looked at this bearing, what it would have been, and they're quite thin, so it probably just cracked. And I was doing some big jumps there, so I'm gonna give this wipe down, just a paper towel, put it back together, and that's it, guys. So there we have it. That is the rear differential. Maintenance on your diff, and then just a bit of a wipe down with the paper towel. You don't even see me doing that. For the bearings, I just give them a bit of a wipe down with the paper towel as well. They still, you know, they're new, right? I do have bearing oil. I might put a little dab on around the outside, let it soak in a little bit, but otherwise, yeah. And then I'm going to grease it up. I'll grease it up, and then I'll quickly come back and show you what it looked like for the amount of grease I use. I'm literally just going to probably dab my finger in there and just rub it around. I don't have a paintbrush or something I can use, so I'll probably just dab my finger in there, put around the gears, and then yeah, I'll come back to you. So there we have it, guys. I have greased up the differentials, all the gears there, all nice and lubricated, and I've gone ahead and used this bearing oil just on these two bearings here. Remember, this was missing. This one was missing, and I've gone ahead and taken it off the front differential because I'm still waiting on the part for that, so I can at least complete the rear. And then I've ordered another part, another bearing, so then hopefully soon I'll be able to complete the front and then have this car up and running within the next 1 or 2 weeks. So all you need to do now is go ahead and put the upper part of the bulkhead, or this might be the bottom part of the bulkhead, back on top, and you have 8 screws to screw them together. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And there we have it, guys, the complete rear bulkhead, and you can see here it is very smooth. Listen to that. Oh, nice and smooth, man. So now we just need to wait, so then we can get the parts to complete the front, and then before you know it, the truck will be back in one piece. So thanks for coming along and watching this video. Don't forget to give us a like if you enjoyed it, dislike if you didn't, and make sure you subscribe, man. Look at this. Yeah, see, I've been working hard, man. All this sweat, this greasy hands, you know, this filthy mess I've left here in the lounge on my coffee table. So, you know, give us a subscribe and watch out for our next video. Peace out.